How you doing? And thanks for tuning in to the What the Hell podcast. This podcast is dedicated to those things that drive you nuts and annoy you and just make you say, what the hell? Come on in. Let's get this thing started. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, what the hell? What's happening, all my What the Hell listeners? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the What the Hell podcast. I really do appreciate it, more than I could even enunciate on here. And yeah, man, thanks so much. Let's take a second and, as usual, get the housekeeping out of the way. If you would, please go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. If you follow, subscribe, whatever the hell you want to call it, I would really appreciate that. Also, of course, don't forget to go ahead and follow on the YouTube channel. If you want to reach out, you can email me at whatthehellpodcast@yahoo.com. I'm on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Always interested to hear feedback, show suggestions, all that kind of stuff. This is still pretty new, not probably as great at as I would like to be. I freely admit it, but any feedback helps, so I'll take it. So please reach out. Now, on to today's topic, which, of course, you can tell by the title of the episode, is HOAs, also known as the dreaded Homeowners Association. Oh my God. I'm sure we've all had these experiences where these associations just kind of go sideways like hard. And the premise is a good idea. Okay, let's be real. The premise is a good idea. A group of homeowners banding together to keep the property value up and the neighborhood looking a certain way and all that. And so the premise is a good thing. But when you give the wrong person just a little bit too much power, oh my God, does shit go sideways. Seriously, come on. We've all seen those damn Geico commercials out there with the homeowners hiccup there. Homeowners Association president that's over there chopping down mailboxes and cutting down planters and 2 inches over regulation. And we've all heard the stories about the one that's going around and literally measuring your grass, and then you get these fines and all. I mean, come on. First of all, when you get somebody that's got that kind of power, or perceives that they have that kind of power, and they start doing that kind of shit, it's just fucking stupid. It's so stupid that you would have to put up with that. But first of all, just taking that out of it, first of all, why the hell should anybody get to tell you what to do with your fucking property? It's your fucking house. You paid for it. You should be able to, within reason, of course, right? You don't want to turn it into a murder house or anything like that. But within reason, if it's your house and you want your grass 1/8 of an inch longer than everybody else's because it looks better, you should be allowed to do that, right? You should be allowed to put up the fence that you want and all that kind of shit. And you have no idea what the homeowners association is really like until you buy the house and move in, and then, oh my God. So first and foremost, why the fuck should anybody get to tell me what to do with my house? If I want my house to be painted camouflage, I have that right. No one else may like it, and I'm not going to paint my house camouflage, just for the record. No one else may like it, but I have that right. If I want to have longer grass, I have that right. And nobody should be able to tell me that I can't. Now, if it falls into disrepair and all that other kind of stuff, or the weeds in the front yard are, up to your waist, which has happened in my neighborhood recently, I get that part of it, and I support that part of it. But when you take it just way too far, like that Geico commercial to me is so funny because she literally takes a chainsaw and chops down someone's mailbox. Well, call me crazy. Isn't that technically vandalism? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't care if she's the president. You can't fucking do that. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. Why should someone get to tell you what to do with your own property that you own, you pay for? Now, I'm going to give you an example, a real life example. This is probably going to be a shorter episode. I was going to save this to the end, but it's too good. I'm going to give you a real life example of homeowners associations and sometimes their misguidedness. My best friend through my high school years, of course, I enlisted in the Army during my senior year, so we lost track a little while. And thanks to the glory of the internet, we found each other and stay in contact every now and then. But my best friend in high school, I will not say his name or location out of respect. I don't think it's a secret, but my best friend in high school was always a car guy. Just loved cars. Was always working on cars and trying to do stuff. He's pretty darn successful in what he does. And so now he's been building some customized cars, some show cars, that he does. So he had, a newer, Dodge Charger. And by newer, I'm going to say it was, maybe a 2010, or something like that. It wasn't the old, it wasn't the Fast and Furious style. Okay. He had the newer Dodge Charger, and he made this thing into this badass show car. And what he did is he turned it into a security style vehicle, for the Umbrella Corporation out of the Resident Evil video games and movies. Now, this is a video game. It's a movie. It's not real, right? But it's this thing was sweet, black on black, had a cool brush guard on the front, good logos on the side. But on either side, on the rear quarter panel, on both sides, were actual Gatling guns that they could turn. There was no bullets in them, of course, but there were actual Gatling guns on this thing. So fucking cool. It was the coolest thing. And he's since made some updates to it and took the Gatling guns off the side and put them on a remote control turret on the top of it. Again, really cool. Excuse me. But back when he had these on the side and he took them to, local Comic Cons where he lives and stuff like that and put them in parades, his whole family was dressed up. It was just a cool thing. Still has the car. It's freaking sweet, man. I'm telling you. So one day, here's the point. One day, he gets a letter from his homeowners association saying he's not in compliance with the agreement because he has a quote unquote commercial vehicle parked in his driveway. And I'm just laughing, right? Now, what made it even better? Rob is always, I said his name. Okay, his name's Rob. That's pretty common. He's always been very quick-witted and would just be able to drop something that's hilarious at a moment's notice. His response to his homeowners association is priceless. He took a picture of the letter he sent to them, and I'm going to read it for you. And this is, I'm not going to say the name and location and all that, but I'm just going to read his response to his homeowners association that was complaining about his quote unquote commercial vehicle, which obviously is not. Said, "Dear ma'am, I have some important information for you. The Easter Bunny is not real. Tooth Fairy, also not real. Amazingly, despite his annual marketing blitz and month-long festival, I have it on good authority that Santa Claus as well is also not real. It is in that same vein that I must advise you that Raccoon City is indeed a fictional place. The Umbrella Corporation, despite having decimated mankind many times over the last 2 decades with its bioengineered virus in multiple movies and video games, is also a fictional entity. At the time of this writing, mankind is still alive and well, and the undead have yet to rise against us. With that being said, we must respectfully disagree with your assessment. Our vehicle is privately owned and registered, not used for any commercial purpose, displays no actual trademarks of any actual state where he lives, corporation, and despite its awesome appearance, does not fit the definition of a commercial vehicle, either by state where he lives, statute, or association rules. We would ask for confirmation that this matter, upon receipt of our clarification, is now dismissed, so we consider it closed, and your inspectors can now move on to addressing more serious and legitimate threats to our community, vampires. Have you seen Twilight? Those fuckers must be stopped at all costs. I mean, that's priceless. I've read that, to myself several times over the years, and every time I can hear him saying it, and I can just imagine the lady reading it, and I laugh so hard every single time. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Come on, man. Tell the Homeowners Association to go after vampires. That's great, man. I love that shit. But you see where I'm coming from with these homeowners associations. They just fucking go wrong. And the funny part is, okay, right? There was one animated movie that I watched with my kids. I think it was Over the Hedge, that had this kind of character in it, where the homeowners association, and she was going around and measuring grass and all that kind of stuff. But the worst part of that is, yes, that those were characters in the Geico commercial in that movie, but they're based on something that actually fucking happened. There's people out there that can fucking relate to that. And that part of it sounds funny, but the reason it's on What the Hell is that's fucking annoying. You don't get to tell me what I can or can't do with my fucking property. As long as I'm not breaking a law that's been passed by fucking Congress and all that shit, a law, then you don't get to fucking tell me what to do. If I want to have 3 cars in my driveway, if I want to have 4 cars in my driveway, if I happen to have a commercial vehicle, where the fuck do you want me to park it? If someone's job requires, if you're a fucking plumber or an AC tech or something like that, sorry, excuse me again. If you're one of those kind of people and they let you bring your work truck home, you can't park it in your driveway? What the fuck is that? I mean, seriously, what the fuck is that? Yeah, that's what it makes me want to do. So that's why it's on What the Hell. And the fact that you can literally be fined money and actually kind of have to pay it is bull crap. Okay, I'm going to be a little unprofessional here and take a drink because my throat's driving me nuts. Little orange juice, sorry about that. Why? Why should someone get to do that? It inevitably just goes wrong. The premise is good. We talked about that. The premise is good. I can definitely support that premise. But just like so many other things, all it takes is one bad apple inside that frickin' homeowners association. And geez, man, come on. So that's why it's on What the Hell. If I were to be shopping for a house right now, I would probably shop in an area that doesn't have a homeowners association, or I would do everything in my fucking power to try and figure out, what kind of homeowners association it is and how they really behave. I'm fucking stupid. Come measure my grass. Oh, you're gonna. Oh, look, they're coming over. They're gonna measure my grass. They're gonna try and cut down my mailbox like in the commercial. You're gonna be received with this. Not literally, people. Okay, these are jokes. They're jokes, people. But you get the idea where it's like you don't get to fucking tell me what to do with my property. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's a day late. It's a little bit shorter. Hey, that's cool. Again, do me a favor, please. I beg you, go over to Apple Podcast. Rate it, review it. Give me some feedback there. Again, what the hell podcast at yahoo.com. You can email me. I have the YouTube channel. Again, search What the Hell Podcast. I have a Twitter. Haven't done a lot of Twitter lately. I probably need to get back into that. But thanks for listening. Hope you guys are all doing well. Have a great week, and we'll catch you on the flip side.